there's the turbo on the V-band. I like the position. I think that's pretty good. The downpipe is about level with it, which is good. Honestly, with a different coupler that'll go straight in, I think this is going to be the perfect mounting place for it. So now, time to start building some tubes with the Schedule 10 and then cut these braces off, and then we'll know for sure, but pretty sure that's going to be where she lives. All right, we're back for another day on the turbo manifold. Hi, Turbo. How's it going? So I ended up starting with actually cylinder 4, just because of the way 2 and 3 are positioned to go into the actual merge. I need to get 1 and 4 done first. So 4 is now complete. I got number 1 runner complete. So here it is. Not bad. You know, this is actually my first 4-cylinder turbo manifold, so can't complain. Now it's time to start working on 2 and 3. And I think what I'm gonna end up doing, there isn't really enough room to go underneath, so I think I'm gonna wrap them pretty much where these bars are, but we'll see how that goes. I need to tack these in place so that I can remove the bars, but that's the plan. All right, I got 1 and 4 all tacked up on the manifold. This is just tacked up so I can get those bars out of the way and start running the pipes for 2 and 3. But I'm gonna take it off real quick. I'm gonna go test fit it, make sure this isn't hitting like the water neck, or this isn't hitting that tube that comes off the block. I just wanna do a quick little test, and then also kind of see how much room I have with the turbo sitting right here, which I think it shouldn't be an issue, but I just wanna check. And yeah, looking pretty good though. All right, I got the manifold in, just test fitting, making sure it didn't hit over here on the water outlet, which it doesn't. As well as the exhaust. I really quick threw the turbo on here and it just misses over there, and the turbo goes straight into the downpipe. So seems like it's going to be pretty dang good. Let me put the turbo on and then get another video. There's the turbo mounted. I think that's about as much angle as I'm going to want so that the downpipe still fits without, you know, too much modification. But yeah, you see the intercooler pipe goes straight up to it, and then I'll be able to route my piping to my duct as well. So much more room here. I might even have room for my catch can the way it was. It's gonna be pretty sweet. So I've been working on number 2. Number 3, I think I don't have enough material, so I ordered more material. Should be here in a couple days. But number 2 is coming out pretty good. As you can see, slips in there and then ends up meeting up with 2. Now the only problem I'm having is it's too close to the V-band. So what I'm gonna do is move this as far over as I can before it hits number 1, and then I think rotate that top long 90 to get away from that, and that's what I'm gonna do. It's adjusted just a little bit, enough to get the flange on, and then now sneak that guy up in there and make a pipe, cut a straight piece for right there. Bam, number 2 will be done. Quickly made this little notch piece to fit in between those 2, and bam, number 2 is complete. There it is, tacked up. Flange, actual clamp still fits on. And I say it's pretty cool. Definitely my first manifold, and flow wise, I don't know how good it's gonna be, but kind of looks cool, so that's a bonus, I guess. Just need to finish 3, but I don't have the short 90s. I'm waiting for them to come in, so as soon as those come in, I'll finish the manifold. But until then, I think I'm gonna start welding some of these just to get it over with and done, and then bam, finish that one up, put the wastegate on and be done. So I got that pipe all welded up. Not the prettiest, but it'll work. And I just wanted to remind you guys, when you're welding, especially, I don't know, things that matter, metal likes to move. So even though, you know, I had this piece tacked, everything fitting perfect, now it's just a little bit off. And I'll either correct it or figure something out, but I might have to, you know, cut one of the joints, then retilt it or something like that. But just letting you know, when you are welding any kind of metal, it moves, it stretches, look out for that. In saying that, I'm gonna try and weld these ones on it, so I don't know, they just don't move as much. Normally you take them off and kind of weld them off and put them back on, but they're moving quite a bit, so I don't want that happening. So let's try it on that, try that on, and we'll see how that goes. Hey, Burbos.
What are you doing, Turbo? Look at your little face.
Okay, I got number 4 all welded up. All right, well, the camera died, so let me explain what I was trying to say. So I got number 4 runner all welded up, except for on the flange and on the merge. I'll do that later on once all of them are complete and then finish those. So now I'm gonna, it seems to be working with the purging and everything. I like it. So now it's time to go to number 1. Number 1 runner is now complete. Once again, it's not welded on the flange and it's not welded on the merge yet. I will do that once it's all done, but everything's coming out pretty well. So, all right. Next thing I'm gonna do is weld the flange completely on. I think it's about time to do that. I got the flange all welded up, very easy, very thick, so that was a piece of cake. There she is. Nice and colorful, nice and pretty. Now, I'm gonna tack number 2 on. All right, got number 2 tacked on. And I think it's a pretty dang cool looking manifold. Pretty sweet. Just waiting on those 90s to get number 3 done. But it's getting there. I'm excited for this thing. It's gonna be awesome. Another thing I'm thinking about doing, I could leave it just raw, but I might get it coated. I might get it heat coated. I like heat management. I like things being protected. I know it's not gonna rust or anything like that, but I just think it's a good idea. So I'm gonna call around and see what I can get. Let's take it off once it cools down a little bit. Go put it on the car, see how everything still fits, and see how the turbo looks. All right, got the manifold all mounted back up, and I gotta say, it looks pretty damn sweet. There she is. Everything clears. I got a new coupler for the right size, and that just goes bam right up there. Plenty of room for cylinder number 3, and plenty of room for a wastegate, and still plenty of room to recircuit. So looks like everything is gonna work out fantastic. Downpipe, obviously gonna have to mod a little bit to get into here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there, but I think I'm gonna cut it back and redo the curve in. Also, I did order a S14, S15 water neck. So there's gonna be a water port right here for the passenger side of the turbo, and then the driver's side will actually go down to the block. I currently have that recirced. I don't know if you can see that, but I just need to cap it off back there. And then oil, obviously, got to feed and return. Just need to get a new piece of pipe return because it's kind of nasty. So next step, I'll be getting cylinder number 3 done. And all that piping should be here on Monday. And then from there, I can start figuring out where the wastegate's gonna go. That'll get done. And then I can start modding the downpipe so that the downpipe goes into it and also the recirc goes into the downpipe. But yeah. I might do some water lines tomorrow just because I do have everything to do them. The rest of the water lines are coming in the mail today. So I might get that done. We'll see. Also, you might see my dad's bug in the background. So really quick, just wanted to show it. This is his 1964 bug that we restored. It is an original sunroof car. The black is painted and the orange is actually wrap. So this thing's pretty sweet, fully restored. We did it. He's had this thing since, well, I used to ride in the back in the car seat. So he's had it for a very long time. But this thing is sweet. 1776, dual 40 carbs. Normally it has a big old stinger pipe on it, but decided to quiet it down a little bit. But pretty sweet. So I was gonna do the water lines, water fittings today, but the company I got the water lines, actually the water fittings from, sent me the wrong ones. So I'm waiting for them to ship those. So today I've decided, since we can't make any lines, anything like that, I decided, and I still haven't got my fitting or my elbows for number 3, but I do have enough to start working on the wastegate. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm using the 2-bolt wastegate. Have a lot of room for it to sit over here, but we also do need to recirc it. Of course I don't need to, but I like my stuff recirced. So we're gonna leave the manifold on, and I do have some of the bends, so we're gonna see how that works out, but I also do need to, of course, drill it out. So I got some stuff for that, so let's check it out. Oh yeah, and also here is the other bug that I'm restoring. It's a 1960 matching pan body motor trans, and can do this with one hand, probably not. It's a Euro car, so it's got stock semaphores, no blinkers up front. Yeah, this thing should be pretty sweet. I'm restoring it to like original, so should be pretty sweet. So the way I'm going to be starting out the wastegate is I'm going to cut a small straight piece, and that's going to be tacked onto the manifold. I'll have to cut off some of the sides so it fits correctly, and then from there a 1 5/8 fits almost perfectly inside of Schedule 10 1.5. So at that point it'll be like a guide for this to run down and cut it out. So I'm probably going to be taking about 1 inch of this off, and it'll be placed somewhere right there. I might try to angle it a little bit just so it's a better flow coming into the wastegate. But then at that point I can use the hole saw and go straight through and drill out correctly where I need. So I got the little starter V piece made. All I did was take a piece of tape and make it so that it fit the groove on the merge. and then bam, got almost a perfectly fitting, let's see, piece. It's all beveled, it's all everything. So I'm gonna clean up this merge from where I tacked on the bars, and then I'm gonna tack that in place, and then I'm gonna drill it out. Now that it's tacked in place, it gives a really nice kind of stable, I don't know, area for the hole saw bit to go down. So we're gonna do that now. There she is, all freshly cut out. There's the piece that came out. It was a pain in the butt. I did it a little too low, and it started to want to cut into the bottom, like through the actual merge. So I ended up taking my time and grinding all this so it kind of swoops. And then now I just need to finish kind of cleaning it up, and then it can be welded. I'll show you out here how smooth it ended up coming out. Not bad. I think the flow into it will be great. I just need to finish welding all of that up. All welded inside and out that needed to be welded. I decided that I need some of the short 90s instead of the long 90s for the wastegate. Just room wise, it'll be a lot better. So I think I'm just gonna start welding up on the manifold and on the merge just to get some stuff done, and then tomorrow everything should come in to kind of finish it. So let's do that. All right, all 3 cylinders are welded up on the flange, on the merge. Now it's just time to wait for the rest of the piping. I decided to take the downpipe off and start modding it so that it fits the new turbo and manifold. I'm going to be cutting right here on the recirc, right before the flex, and then I'm going to start cutting the downpipe right as it starts to curve, so before that, right at the flat. And I think that'll be a good starting point. So I already cut off the pieces on the downpipe, as well as wastegate recirc, and already got this piece cut up and matched up. So now I just need to take everything off, tack it up, and then give it a test fit. So it's tacked up, fits really well. I might just hammer right there a little bit, just a smidge, just to give it a little more clearance. But besides that, it's bolted up to the exhaust and it fits pretty damn well.